White, this one's for you. Welcome to the podium. Just go ahead and refer to him as the cheeseburger. How you like me but couldn't buy me a meal from McDonald's? You saw me only eat one cheeseburger. If roles were reversed, you wouldn't think I liked you. I think you like the idea of me, but you don't like me for real. All right, I get it. Why would you do that, Lindsay? I know. I know. Accountability. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. That shit wasn't cool.
I made it very clear to Lindsay that it was never an option for us to be together. And I told her several times that I did not like her the same way that she liked me. So for her to insinuate that all this happened over a cheeseburger is pure insanity. So I start running from her. She proceeds to chase me down the street.
Why are you following me?
Because you're on some weird
Bro.
Like, you're acting like I'm just crazy.
You are crazy.
Like,
Stop grabbing me. Why are you grabbing me?
We not be in the rap of being messier than women, because this right here is crazy. Y'all, this is about to be one of the funniest. This is by far one of the most entertaining stories I've ever come across. It's a hot ass mess. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a hot ass mess. But there's something going on called Cheeseburger Gate or Burger Gate, I think, or something like that. And it's between two platforms. It's on Instagram and it's on TikTok. I did my best. I gathered as much intel as I could. But pretty much it's just a story of how a relationship like broke down, and it ended terribly. It ended very terribly for both people, I think. And it's a lot going on. So we're gonna try to sort this out, shall we? I want my community to see if we can sort this out, because I haven't watched all of it all the way through. You guys know how I like to do. I like to react to stuff in real time. So I haven't made a decision on who is right and who is wrong. From what I've seen, I'm leaning more towards Lindsay, the lady, the woman. She has more receipts. Her stories make more sense, so on and so forth. But we'll see. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Nonetheless, though, it's definitely compelling either way. So let's get into it. So it was kind of hard because one of the videos she deleted, and it's kind of like not where it started, but where it started, like close to the beginning. Because the story came out after a bunch of bad things had already happened between them. And then allegedly he started posting stuff on his IG stories about her, which prompted her to respond. And this was like her initial response video. That's the best way I could describe it. So this is where we're picking up.
White, this one's for you. Welcome to the podium. Just go ahead and refer to him as the cheeseburger.
All right, now before I be messy, I just want to make it clear that me and my homegirl was on the phone. She had already sent me Lindsay video prior and was like, oh yeah, da-da-da, this is going on. Cole texted, da-da-da, da-da-da. I'm like, what the fuck? Because we all go to school with them. And she was like, oh, Lindsay deleted the video. I'm like, no, she didn't, because I screen recorded it. So here's the screen recording y'all been looking for. Here you go.
Laugh first, but I'm gonna laugh louder every time. A little backstory about who this person is to me. We go to school together. We see each other every day. We ended up becoming friends, texting, going on a date, and then hanging out. He comes to my house.
By the way, I didn't put it on 2x speed. Obviously, you can see it at the bottom. That's not me. The person who posted it did. The woman who posted it did. So if it's 2x speed and it's hard to keep up with, I understand. But yeah, it is on 2x speed, and I can't. There's nothing I can do about it.
Tonight, sometimes we, and we go to school and act like nothing happened. So I noticed a while back, he would get weirder and weirder during the school day towards me. Like, obviously, this person's not good for me. And mind you, this was never my boyfriend. He claims I said that he was cheating on me. We were never together. Like, that's it. The thing you should know about this man, he's either hot or cold. There's no in between. He's either nice or mean. He's either in a good mood or the entire world can fuck off. I'm gonna skip through all the disrespect, and I'm gonna get to yesterday in particular, on Thursday. Thursday, I'm at school, I'm chilling, I go outside. He comes outside, we have a conversation. He's telling me about his financial issues right now. Like, he just put his money in savings and he don't have to spend money right now. I'm like, well, that's responsible. He's told me this before. I get it. So I say, are you going to lunch? He's like, yeah, I'm going somewhere cheap. You just told me about your financial issues. I get it. You're going somewhere cheap. McDonald's. I don't mind McDonald's. I eat McDonald's all the time. So we get a car, we go to McDonald's. We get there. I am expecting, and I'll say this ahead of time, I'm expecting to pay for my meal separately. Like, I'm gonna Apple Cash him my money and then he'll just pay with his phone. So I order 2 snack wraps and water. He orders 1 cheeseburger. So we get to the window and he's like, I'm gonna just pay you for mine and then whatever. But I'm like, oh no, I'm already on Apple Cash. I'm sending it to you. And instead of sending just mine, which is what, $6? I just go ahead and send 11. That was the total, $11. Cool. Like, I can send $11 for him to pay for food. I'm just thinking he's not hungry right now. I'm not thinking too much about it. We go back to school. I'm eating. He's already finished his cheeseburger. Obviously, one cheeseburger. Ask him a simple question in the car and he snaps at me. And I'm like, that was kind of rude. Like, and the following question, every time I'm saying it's like, snap me back. And I'm like, damn, like, that's not because I'm nice to him. Like, I'm nice to majority of people until you fuck around and I have to show you. I end up saying, like, you are making me feel like I'm such a bother to you. I'm gonna, like, do you want to get out? And he's like, I mean, that's fine. Like, he's just being rude as hell. So I'm like, damn, I feel. You are putting my mood down. Ever since I started fucking with this man, my mood has gone down drastically. Like, he's a dark cloud energy, it seems like. And I just overlooked that because I liked him, I cared about him. and I wanted to like get past all that. I could kind of see past all of it. That's my own fault. I knew this man was not good for me, and I continued talking to him. I knew better, but didn't do better. But that's called cognitive dissonance. And I'm a self-aware queen. I know all too often I do stuff that is not good for me. I can admit that. That's not his fault. That's not my bad. When I say like, you know, somebody's not good for you, I'm a happy person. I told him up front. I haven't been with nobody in a while. Like, I've been peaceful. I don't want my peace disrupted. It seems like as soon as he came in my life, my peace was disrupted. I was depressed all the time. Like, I didn't want to be at school no more because he's here, like some weird shit. And then he'll come to my house and he'll be chill, like just cool as hell. It's already a roller coaster of emotions anyways. I even went as far as say one time when he made me mad and I realized how badly it triggered me. I'm not healed. I just haven't been triggered in a long time. So anyways, back to lunch on Thursday. I end up getting out of the car. My feelings are hurt. I go back inside. I'm like, no, like my mood is down. I need to take myself out of the situation right now. I need to go home early. I've done this probably 1 to 2 other times because he made me feel so damn bad at school because I didn't want to make shit awkward. So I just went home, you know, come back tomorrow and it'll be a better day. So I asked him, can you take me home right quick? He's like, yeah. He takes me home, we sit in the car for a little bit, we're talking, and he's like still being passive aggressive towards me. And at this point, like I started crying a little bit because it was hurting my feelings. I ended up going inside, whatever. He texts me hours later. You guys, I cannot make this shit up. Sends me a message as follows. How you like me but couldn't buy me a meal from McDonald's? You saw me only eat 1 cheeseburger. If roles were reversed, you wouldn't think I liked you. I think you like the idea of me, but you don't like me for real. If you have any questions, you can call me and discuss it. We're not even gonna finish the rest of that message. I didn't know this man was pressed about a cheeseburger this entire time. Like, is this, you were snipping at me because of a cheeseburger? Guys, I didn't know this man was pressed about me not asking him if he wanted more than a cheeseburger. This is a man who has eaten food at my house. I've cooked for this man. This man sleeps in my bed and holds me all night. If you wanted more than a cheeseburger, you could have ordered that without asking. It doesn't make a difference. We could have ordered the menu from A to goddamn Z, McDonald's 5 times over, and we would have been good. You understand what I'm saying? Like, all this over cheeseburger? That's where I start getting pissed off. Because the amount of times that I have asked this man to go places with me, invited him to do stuff. He was over here the other weekend, I cooked him an entire roast dinner. I cooked him breakfast the next morning. Like, and the amount of stuff that I passed on offering him just because I don't know how he'll react. Like, he'll be mad. I'm telling you, he's a hot cold person, so sometimes I just like don't even offer. But for him to be like, you don't like me because of a cheeseburger, you kidding me? So I'm having a good day at this point. I'm sitting outside on my back porch in my swimsuit, getting a little tan. I'm having me a glass of champagne. I end up having a couple glasses of champagne, and I'm tipsy and I'm pissed off. So I end up calling him, and I'm just like really laying into him at this point. Like, there is no fucking way that you think I don't like you over cheeseburger. Like, and I have been the nicest person to you regardless of how many times like you disrespected me. I felt like you lied to me, like you're just being rude in general, and I still like just stuck around with your ass. Cut to, I tell him to bring my kit to my house because it was in his car. He brings it over. Shit goes down. I'm telling you now, I drank that entire bottle of Prosecco. I was already turned up. I think you know where this is going. We get into an argument, whatever have you. He's recording me. I bust out his window. I pop his tires. All right, I get it. Why would you do that, Lindsay? I know. I know. Accountability. I shouldn't have done that. That shit wasn't cool. I was drunk.
Anyways, y'all, I'm done being messy. I'll see y'all at school tomorrow.
Okay, so Lindsay openly admits to what she did, right? She's openly admitting to what she did. You know what I'm saying? She seems, this is what I'm saying, why I say like I actually lean more towards what she's saying, because like I lean more like in her direction, because people who could take accountability in these scenarios, I'm like, yeah, even for shit like that, like openly, like that's huge. Because that's legal shit. You know what I'm saying? You're like, you know what I mean? Like, you can go to jail for that. I mean, you know, whatever. We'll get into that in a second. So she takes accountability for that. And I'm like, all right, like that's crazy. But you know what I'm saying? Let's hear her out. Now, what's interesting about this story is we have his side of the story, which we almost never get. We almost never get the man responding. We usually just get the woman just fucking, you know, going in on the man, and the men very rarely respond. And I think that is because most of the men can't really respond. They can't. Like, there's really not much they can say in a lot of these scenarios. But I think that in this scenario, she did wrong him, you know, in his mind, or she did, because she admitted to it, busting out the windows and, you know, vandalizing his property. So he felt compelled to speak up, right? Cool. So he speaks up.
So, for those that are confused and came here from the cheeseburger video, Lindsay deleted her video when her job saw it and fired her because in her video she admitted to vandalizing my car, among other things. But yeah. Now, picking up fresh at the cheeseburger story, mind you, I made it very clear to Lindsay that it was never an option for us to be together. And I told her several times that I did not like her the same way that she liked me. So for her to insinuate that all this happened over a cheeseburger is pure insanity. I feel like, you know, the first thing that people say when they don't get their way with a man is that he's either gay or broke. And I'm kind of used to hearing both of those, so they don't really mean much to me.
I mean, you kind of look like both, but whatever though. Let's continue. Also, I do find it odd that he's saying that I never wanted to be with her or whatever the case may be. And as all the accountability that she has taken, she never said that he told her that. And if you listen to her story, a part of it, she said, this man has slept in my bed and held me all night. That doesn't sound, and I believe her. I don't have any, I really don't have a reason at this point to not believe her. Her story makes sense. That's not typically what a man would do that doesn't want to be involved with the woman. So if you did that, you're sending mixed signals at worst or at best or whatever you want to say, right? But I think that I don't think that you were telling her you never wanted to be with her. I don't think that was the case. I'm gonna tell you that right off the bat. And that's really not an excuse to mistreat a person either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
I'm kind of used to hearing both of those, so they don't really mean much to me. I told Lindsay in confidence that day that I had made a deposit, as I do monthly, into my savings account. I paid $450 for a brand new tattoo, and I was paying a few bills in advance, so I didn't have any more money in my checkings accounts. I told her I was eating cheap. I was going to get one cheeseburger from McDonald's, like anybody who's a responsible adult has been there, like no shame. And she asked if she could join me. We get there, she buys her a whole meal. She buys me one cheeseburger. And I was trolling because, mind you, why would I stop talking to you over one cheeseburger if I told you from the beginning that I never wanted to talk to you? So I was trolling when I told her, like, damn, you claim to like me, but you let me only get one cheeseburger at the drive-in? Like, I was trolling. I didn't really give a fuck. But moving on so we can get to the part you all want to hear. Now, after lunch that day, I dropped Lindsay off at home because she asked me to, and I didn't have any problem with that. She left her school supplies in my car, and now that I'm thinking back, I think that she did that on purpose to get me to come back. Later that night, me and Lindsay are on the phone having a conversation basically about me trying to explain to her, certain things that she really can't be tripping on, and overall just trying to tell her that I really don't want anything to do with her. She says, bring my school supplies over here right now or else, or something along those lines. She didn't say that verbatim, but she threatened me, and that's why I went over there to bring her stuff. I told Lindsay on the way there that I didn't feel safe about the situation because of the tone she was taking on the phone, and I explained to her that when I got there, I was not getting out the car and that she just needed to grab her things, and after this, we would not be speaking. When I pulled up, she was waiting on the porch, and as soon as I pulled up, she ran down the stairs, got in the car, and refused to leave. Lindsay told me that she would not leave unless I talked to her. However, I told her that I felt unsafe and that I wanted her to respect my wishes and leave me be. She said I was acting weird and refused to get out of my vehicle. I exited the vehicle, and I told her that the only way we're talking is if we talk in front of your Ring camera because my windows are tinted and nobody can see inside. Now, I'm sure you understand that danger. If I'm just in the car with this lady and she's already acting erratically, she could say I did anything, hit her, touched her. So that's why I wanted to get out the car. She did not like this. She got close to me, started grabbing me. I had been recording. She was trying to grab at my phone to tell me to delete videos. So I started running from her. She proceeds to chase me down the street.
Why are you following me?
Because you're on some weird shit.
Bro.
Like, you're acting like I'm just crazy.
You are crazy.
Like,
Stop grabbing me. Why are you grabbing me?
Why are
Stop
you being
grabbing
weird?
me, bro. Stop touching me, bro. What's up with you?
You're being weird. Like, I just being weird.
Please stop following. Why are you following me? Bro, I don't want to talk.
Now, in that video, you can see her chasing me and grabbing at me. And you should get the picture now that I have not been making up any of this. But so that this video doesn't get too long, I'll start working on part 3 ASAP.
Okay, yeah. She didn't in her original video or in the last video, she didn't mention that she laid hands on him or anything like that. She did talk about destroying his property, but she didn't talk about laying hands on him, right? But and it is not to justify that behavior from her. I don't think she's trying to justify her behavior at this point. But I will say that the way that he is positioning himself as if he did nothing wrong, this is just so you know, this is why I'm already siding with her. You know what I mean? Like you didn't do anything. It didn't get to this point like out of thin air. It didn't get, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to say y'all both were wrong? Okay, cool. But you definitely not about to sell me on like, yeah, man, I just been honest and upfront with her the whole time, and I was just trolling her, and I was no. That's not what happened. Like, be for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's taking a lot of accountability so far. Like a good amount of it. Like I said, the only thing she didn't mention was that she laid hands on him, right? Thus far. So, it's already shaping up to be weird for this guy.
Picking up exactly where I left off, after Lindsay chased me down the street, I could hear her actually running her fastest behind me. So I picked up the pace a little bit and I put a gap between us. After that, she gave up and went back to her house. After she gave up chasing me, I waited exactly where I was because I originally planned to call the Uber home and come back for the car the next day. Shortly after, I heard loud smashing noises coming from the direction of her house and my car, and I started walking back slowly because I was trying to keep my composure because I already knew what she was doing. Even though this next video is a little dark and blurred, you can obviously see her pick up what appears to be a large block and continuously throw it at my car. Now that particular video, it gets darker the farther I go up the driveway because I was getting farther and farther away from the street lamps. After she wrecked my front windshield, attempted to bust out a few windows but kept missing, she got in the car and sat there and refused to move.
For real? Down.
Now, after that video, I pretty much gave up and was like, I'm gonna head home for real. So I started walking back down the street to a different location.
My guy, was that a black and mild behind you here? Hold on.
And was like, I'm gonna head home for real. So I
That was a
walking
black.
back down.
That was definitely a black. That was a blackie mild. Damn. Crashing out on a nigga that smoked black and miles is diabolical. I ain't gonna even hold you.
Down the street to a different location to call my Uber. But her neighbor pulled up on me in his work truck and said, I've been watching the whole thing sitting on my porch. My Ring camera has been running this whole time. Let me help you out. Let's see if we can get your car back and get you out of here. No matter what that old man said to her, Lindsay refused to move. We sat there for a few hours. Somewhere in that time, I called the police and told them what was happening. I didn't call the police earlier just because we all know how that usually goes. Now, a lot happened in the time we was waiting for the police because they took forever. The old man was trying to talk her down and at one point got her out of the vehicle. He was standing between her and my passenger door and motioned for me to try and get my car. When she noticed me approach the vehicle, she literally started fighting over him to get back in the car to make sure I couldn't leave. At one point, she picked up one of the blocks off the ground and threw it at me and missed. Shortly after I called the police, her neighbor that stays directly across the street from her came outside and asked what was going on because obviously she was making a lot of noise. That makes two witnesses, the old man who can corroborate my whole story and the white man from across the street who caught bits and pieces. After talking to her neighbor from across the street, my phone was about to die. The old man took me down a little bit closer to his place to see if he could find a charger. It was like just a few houses down, but I could still see my car from where we were at. And I saw Lindsay get out with a knife and stab two of my tires on my passenger side. Now, initially, I thought she went back in the house to grab a knife till I remembered that my pocket knife was in the glove compartment and she had that on her the whole time. Also, she tore my car up with it. New dents everywhere. She kept missing my window. I didn't even know she did this. I had a knife that I just bought, pocket knife that I kept on me at all times in my glove. She reached in there and just started cutting everything. Cut my seats open. I didn't even know she did that. The upholstery, she put a cut in the screen right there. Now, sometime before my phone died and while she was cutting my car up, I had called a good friend of mine who stayed 15 minutes down the street. I informed him of the situation, and when he arrived, he also caught bits and pieces of what happened. I called him because I figured if Lindsay will do all this, then she'll easily lie to a brother or a cousin, tell them that I hit her, and there's no telling what they'll want to do to me after that. So I got in the car with my homie. We spent the block, waited at the top of the street for the police to arrive. Now, once the police did arrive, I informed him of the situation. He assessed the damage done to my vehicle, and after, skipping a whole bunch of small talk, he asked me if I wanted to press charges. I informed the officer that I would be pressing charges. He went back to talk to Lindsay, and I noticed that their conversation did drag on for a little while. In the meantime, me, the old man, and my homie were making bets on whether he was trying to talk to her or not. After putting Lindsay in cuffs in the back of a cop car, he came over there and informed me that he would have to detain me. The officer informed me that I had a warrant from Chatham County, Savannah, Georgia, from 5 years prior when I was in college, and that was completely unbeknownst to me. But so we both ended up going to jail that night. My charge was for a violated probation for an insurance traffic ticket. I believe Lindsay was charged with vandalism of property, and we have a court date coming up soon. Surprisingly, however, this is not where the story ends, so I will be posting a part 4. Also, I almost forgot. When me, the old man, and my homie was joking about whether the police officer was trying to talk to her or not, he definitely was. I fucking called it.
That's alleged. I don't know. Who knows about that? But, oh, it ain't looking good for Lindsay right now. That was terrible. Damn, that was bad. Crashing out over a nigga that smoking Black and Mild. And he broke. Oh, man. Come on, Lindsay.
Hello, everybody. It's the often imitated, never appreciated Cheeseburger Jr., and I'm here to clear up Cheeseburger Gate. I have offered Cole cash money to stop talking about me, to erase the videos that he's already made about me, stop posting me on his Instagram story. He's not stopping. The crash out in question happened on Thursday night. It is now Sunday night. Why the fuck are you still posting about this? Do you not have anything better to do? Please, if you guys watching this need a haircut, go on his booking site, find his booking site. Book a haircut. It's like, what, $50, $60? He can get you in and out of there. If you need a finger wave, he is cold with a finger wave. He can do a cold color design on your head. Leave him a hefty tip. Maybe he can put all his funds together, buy him a Hinge profile, get him some bitches, and get the fuck off my dick. I came with an entire list of things to discuss because I like a very detailed story time as well. Thursday night, I got drunk as fuck and I crashed out, and I took my stupid ass and sat in jail overnight. I'm taking full accountability. The shit I did was dumb as fuck. It was weird as fuck. It was not cool. I didn't already took accountability for that. And you would think after that, after I got immediate karma, after I busted whatever I did, I waited for the police to get there. I knew I had done wrong. I went to jail overnight. I got out. I'm thinking, I'm gonna pay for the damages and then we're gonna go our separate ways. I get out. This motherfucker done turned to Kai Cenat, streaming on fucking his Instagram stories and TikTok. Why are you posting? You say you don't do this internet shit, and here you are that made a whole page dedicated to dissing me. So already off top, you have contradicted yourself. You said that I am a girl who runs her mouth on the internet, and now you are a girl who runs her mouth on the internet. I put my first video back up from Thursday night just so you can get a better understanding of what went down on Thursday night. I'm gonna start with that clip of me running down the street in my pajamas. 2 reasons why I was doing that. Number 1, because when he got to my house, he was recording on his phone. And I wanted to have a conversation, and I didn't want to be recorded and posted on the internet for clout, just like I knew he was going to do. All right, pause. I forgot to mention, before we even made it down to the street, when we were still in my driveway, he was recording while I was talking. It was just a black screen because I was just sitting in the car talking, and I didn't want to be recorded, God forbid. So I was trying to make sure that he deleted that out of his phone, and also he texts in a group chat, or I don't know. He said he texted his homegirls and told them where he was at. And I, by myself, didn't want him to put my address in a chat and then a whole bunch of girls pull up. So I was trying to make sure that none of that was going on. So by the time that we had got down to the street, I wanted to make sure all that shit was cleared up. You get it? Number 2, I just simply wanted to talk. Now, I do understand I should have just let the situation go. I should have went in my house and he should have left and we should have re-explored the conversation at a different time. However, I was past the point of drunk at this point. I had drank the entire bottle of Prosecco. I was gone. That was me. Drunk and crazy. I get it. Was not trying to hurt the man. Was not trying to hit the man. Didn't hit the man. Like, come on. After that, he would go on to call the police on me. Rightfully so. On Thursday night, he also had a warrant. He went to jail as well. Friday, I get out of jail at nighttime. So I've spent damn near 24 hours in jail like an idiot. Never crash out over a man and go to jail and sleep on that goddamn floor and eat a bologna sandwich like an idiot. It was stupid. I'm expecting I get out, I pay for the damages to his vehicle, and we go our separate ways. Like I said, but I get on my phone to screen recordings of him having posted me on his backup Instagram story about the entire night, posted me on it. So the next morning, I get on TikTok and I make a sarcastic ass video detailing the stuff that had happened the night before and making this joke about him being the cheeseburglar and tripping about me not buying him a meal from McDonald's. In his video, he said,
So I was trolling when I told her, like, damn, you claim to like me, but you let me only get one cheeseburger at the drive-in? Like, I was trolling.
I was just trolling about the cheeseburger. Why would I say that? That's not the reason I did. Somebody in the comments on his video said, he knows she wanted that girl to buy that whole meal. He did. He wasn't trolling, because I'm about to read you how it sounded in the message. I asked him to take me home from school on Thursday, and he had mentioned something about him not thinking that I liked him for real. I was like, why would you not think that I liked you? So hours later, after I had been home, this is what he said to me. How you liked me but couldn't buy me a meal from McDonald's? You saw me only eat one cheeseburger. If roles were reversed, you wouldn't think I like you. I think you like the idea of me, but you don't like me for real. That's not trolling. Like, you gave me a think piece.
Where are the emojis? Where, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's the like hardy har after that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's usually, you know, I don't know. Maybe there's more to that. He never said that, oh, show the whole message. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. So, I don't believe he was trolling. I think he was trying to, what I believe is, because she already admitted to it, she spends money on him. She, you know what I'm saying? And he's broke. He's struggling financially. And he is juicing her for as much as he possibly can. And that's that. Like, he doesn't really like her for whatever reason. I don't know why he doesn't really like her. And he's using her. That's what I think. And I think she caught on to that and got upset. Is that right? What she did? No. None of that shit was justified. Her busting out the windows and all of that. She even said it was weird. But that's what so far, that's what I'm thinking is happening, right? But him not copping to anything, like him acting like he hasn't done anything wrong, is very problematic in my mind.
You didn't just say, really, a cheeseburger? Like, come on. That's a sarcastic troll. You gave me a read, babe. But like I said in my first video, I just thought he was not hungry. He had already told me he was eating cheap. I thought maybe he just wanted a cheeseburger. When we got there, I was fully expecting to pay for my own meal because he had just told me he put money in his savings account. So I end up just Apple cashing him in the car for my 2 snack wraps and my water and his 1 cheeseburger. Come on, man. Nonetheless, I paid for it. I didn't mind paying if he wanted an entire meal. I said this in my first video. If he wanted to order the entire menu from A to Z 5 times, he could have done that. We would have been good. This is a man who sleeps in my bed with me. There is no reason you should be afraid, nervous to order what you want on the menu and put it on my card. You're good with me. I want to make this very clear because I saw people saying that I was kicking him while he was down bad financially.
He was not down bad financially. He has a job. He moved his money to his savings account. He just spent $450 on a tattoo, so he spent all of his money on that. He was not down bad.
I would have given him or anybody else in this world the shirt off of my motherfucking back. There has been times when I had 1 penny in my account. 1. There's been times when I had no pennies in my account and I've had less than that. Do you understand? So while you would get on here in the first part of your video and say, she posted me, this is what she wants to do, this is what we're going to do. When you posted me first on your Instagram, you said, oh, I didn't post your name. You posted me in a very vulnerable moment. And I just made a silly ass video back. Is weird. And when I make a video about you and say your name, I'm wrong. When you could have just balled and chilled and nobody would have known. You also say, you are not a man who likes anybody in your business, and you've posted this all over the goddamn internet. You also went as far to say, you thought I was going to ruin your business, but you posted all of these videos on your business page. What sense does that make? It's not even a bad look for me at that point. It's a bad look on you, on your business account. You're not professional. The internet doesn't give a fuck about you. They're going to laugh at this for 2-3 more days, and then nobody's going to remember you. These people are laughing because it's entertainment. It's like a reality show or a train wreck that you just can't take your eyes off of. Your ego is not going to stay boosted for much longer. I get it. This is your first time going viral. You think it's cool. You think it's funny. You've got an ego boost. People are laughing with you about me. You're laughing about my pain. My pain today could easily be yours tomorrow. Stay humble. I'll leave this as a quick intro for part 1, and in part 2, we'll get into all the rest of the details. I'll be
Well, again, it just seems like she's way more self-aware and way more willing to accept responsibility for the things that she did. Again, she fucked up. She said it many a times, you know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff. But this is like after the damage is done, it's like, all right, how do we move on from this? And he started talking shit about her on Instagram. Like he did. He really went after her on Instagram first. All that stuff is true. She just responded. He is being a hypocrite because he is acting like he couldn't care or like he wants this, like, oh, this got out or whatever. He did want this to get out. So he does seem like he's on some diva shit. And what he said leads me to believe he is wholeheartedly a diva. You like the idea of me, but you don't really like me for real because you didn't pay for a whole meal. It's crazy. Like he said, like it's all men be projecting so much. Men play these little dumbass games with women all the time, and it's always rooted in some form of manipulation. He really just trying to get something. He really just trying to like juice her for something. That's really it at the end of the day. That's what I'm getting from it.
I'm gonna start part 2 off by saying I did not bring this to the internet first. I spent the night in jail like an idiot, got out the next day, and somebody had sent me a screen recording of him posting that little goofy ass clip of me sitting in the car on his Instagram story. So then I get on TikTok and I make a video back. The video was more so about me crashing out and going to jail. I made my video in response to him because he just posted it without context, which didn't need to happen because I had already spent the night in jail and he did too. We got out. I agreed to pay for the damages. I accepted accountability and I didn't plan to speak to him again. What is the point in the series now? Clout chasing. He's not used to attention. He doesn't have friends like that. And everybody's gassing his head right now. This is not a case of me acting innocent or pretending what I did was right because what I did was uncalled for. That's why I spent the night in jail. That's why I told him I would pay for the damages before the court date. I didn't mind paying for the damages now and then going back and repaying again after the court date that they made me. He needed some people to laugh with him. I get it. I don't mind being donkey of the day. I know it looks crazy. I know it was crazy. I shouldn't have did that. This is not me saying that what I did was right. That's why I don't get the series. Like, you've got all the answers. I've already spend the night in jail. I told you I was going to pay for your car. I begged him, and he's probably going to post me calling him 1,000 times, FaceTiming him 1,000 times, and me texting him off another number. And that was happening last night and the night before that because I was asking him, I was begging and pleading with him to take the videos down because in the videos I took my account down the other night. That is because somebody in the comments posted my address. He posted my entire house on his video. I was begging him to take his videos down and to not make any more videos about me. I begged him. I begged his mom's friend who was over here. Sweet lady, by the way. His mom's friend who was over here the other day. We talked for like 2 hours. Sweetest lady on earth. She is an angel sent from God. She even went as far to listen to everything that I told her about what led up to this happening and saying, oh yeah, like I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't just crash out. People is not just crash. I mean, people is just crashing out, but that was not the case at all. I don't mind people thinking I'm crazy. I'm good with me. I know what happened. I won't diss on him like that. He's also probably going to say in his video that I pulled up to his job. I tried to get him fired because he did say that on one of his Instagram stories the other day. And that is not the case. I did pull up to the job, but I pulled up with a police escort. So before he gets on here and says, I pulled up to his job on some crazy shit, this is what happened. I called a police escort to accompany me inside of his job to ask him to take the videos down. They cannot make him take the videos down. Police came. She asked him to come outside. I asked him to take the videos down. He went back inside. Me and the police officers stayed outside talking. And my problem is the agreement was already set in stone. Like, he was making it worse. Do you not understand? Like, I wanted it to end after that. He's dragging it out. Like, he doesn't want this to end. You're making story times for people on the internet who are not helping you fix the situation. I tried to pay you off to fix your car, to get you to stop making videos about me, and you declined. Rather have an ego boost and rather get a couple laughs than actually fix the situation and us just be done with it. After that, I left from his job. I went right across the street to the gas station to the ATM. I got money out of the ATM, cash, to come back and walk inside and give him the money. But he called the police when he saw me turn back around because he thought I was coming to do some crazy shit. I get it. Police get there. I'm talking to the police. I'm like, all right, I'm about to go. Like, can you take him the money? She's like, girl, you know I can't do that with this body cam on. And I was like, all right, well, can I ask somebody else to hand him the money? She was like, I'm not gonna let you do that. I don't know how he's gonna react. I'm like, all right, man, I just left. I get home, I see all these videos being posted, and I'm blowing his shit up, begging him to take them down. That is the only reason I was calling his phone. I don't want to continue talking. I don't want, like, whatever you're trying to make it seem like, it's not that. I just wanted you to take the videos down and to stop making any further posts about me. My address is in the comments of one of his posts. They posted it in my comments, so I deleted my page. I got a DM from a man last night that said, I recognize your house in that video. You live right down the street from me and he said our neighborhood. This is way too much. This happened Thursday, it's Monday. Let's just end this. On the phone last night, I asked him why he was still posting videos. He said, I made my bed and I need to lay in it. I laid in my bed on the floor in a jail cell on Thursday night. What are we talking about right now? I even went as far as saying, I will pay his car payment for him. I don't want it to continue. That's it. I told you I would fix your car today. I told you I'd fix your car yesterday. You don't want a solution.
Oh man, we not be in the rap of being messier than women, because this shit right here is crazy. Does anybody have any reason not to believe what she's saying right now? Like, I'm trying to, like, I believe what she's saying. It all makes sense so far. So if that's the case, then this motherfucker really is just out here like thirsty for attention.
Welcome back to part 3 of Cheeseburger Gate. I do have my full list of things to talk about that he said in his videos that didn't add up. First off, obviously it wasn't going to lead to a relationship. She has 2 kids, a rapper baby daddy, and runs her mouth on the internet. You knew I had 2 kids, a rapper baby daddy. You knew I'd be on the internet before you started messing with me. And actually, you're on the internet now too, running your mouth. It wasn't a problem up front. It was never a problem during the time I messed with you. So why bring it up now? I never said I wanted a relationship with you. You were never my boyfriend. I never claimed you as such. And I never...
Hold on, let's go back now. Let's look at some of these.
Your mouth.
It
wasn't a problem up front. It was never a problem during the time I messed with you. So why bring it up now? I never said I wanted a relationship with you. You were never my boyfriend.
All right. I need to read this one. It says, why do you keep saying stay friends as if we have ever been more than that? Okay.
I never claimed you as such, and I never said...
This one says, I told you I'm not looking for a relationship either, and you're wrong about me asking for honesty and not liking the answer. Okay.
You cheated on me because we were never in a relationship. Instead of holding your own and saying, I knew it came with this woman, I still decided to be around her anyways. You decided to say, obviously it wasn't going to lead to nothing because... We've had conversations on my back porch about how I became a mom so young anyways. So for you to kind of just say something like that is low-key weird to me. My second favorite verse, he said, oh, I just told her I just wanted to be intimate. Really? During our first conversation...
Let's see. She says, so is that the intention, sex? He says, nah, I just think you cool and nice to talk to. If you want to have sex with me, I'm not opposed. Okay. And exactly. Exactly. And this is what I'm saying. Remember what he said at the beginning when he said that it was never going to go anywhere and yada, yada, yada. Right. But this is what men do all the time in these instances. And then when a woman does what she does, like does go to that extreme behavior, the men go, what? I was honest. I told her, like, y'all be really trying to act like y'all just be like y'all just him. And I'm not saying that, like they're like women can't do that stuff, but I'm just saying, like, generally speaking, most women are not crashing out over a man who was completely transparent and completely honest with her the whole entire time and was not playing this hot and cold game. Like, that's just not common. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, of course it could happen. But generally, it doesn't. It doesn't. That's why as soon as he said that, I was like, Cap, I already know you didn't do that. I already know you wasn't out here on some like, yeah, I just want to fuck. And we could just be fuck buddies and da-da-da-da-da. That woman said you slept in her bed and held her at night. Y'all be talking on the back porch, so on and so on. You said in there, nah, I just think you cool. What the fuck? What the fuck? So never mind. Shit crazy.
I told you that's the exact opposite of what I wanted. I specified, it's been a long time since I have been.
She said, but I don't want to get too close to you and potentially be mishandled. I like meaningful connections that are real and last. I don't like to be just another check off on someone's list, you know? He liked that. He literally liked that uh whatever that message. The text.
Intimate with somebody, and I was not just looking to be intimate with someone, because I have a fear of people using me for intimacy and just checking me off their list like just another body. That is because I was sexually assaulted very badly. I never brought up to him that I was sexually assaulted, and that was the root cause of me being so scared to have intimate relations with someone. I didn't tell him that because I assumed he could respect me saying I'm scared to be intimate with somebody because it's been a long time and I don't just want to be used for that. My other favorite point, I was jealous of him and his friends going to lunch together. Never happened. I asked him about it once because he was going to come over here one night. He ended up not coming, and then he said lunch together Monday sounds better. Monday gets here, I'm sitting outside around lunchtime. He walks straight past me and goes to lunch with his friends. He doesn't acknowledge me. It's just like, I'm like, damn, all right. So I asked him about it one day, and I only asked him about it because he asked me a question. And then I said, okay, my turn. Let me ask you this. So I asked him, how come he goes to lunch with other people and never me? Like, as soon as we started hanging out, he started acting weird towards me at school. And that was a question I had. I did ask him on the phone if he had any relations with people at school, if he was hanging out.
Gotta read these. She said, I'm not easily persuaded by others gossiping, and you've given me no reason not to trust you. He said, I promise you, I don't see none of them outside of school. Never had sex, nothing. I give you my word. You should know by now that I'll tell the truth, even if it's ugly. I'd rather hurt someone with the truth than lie and make it way worse. She said, I trust you, but I know what I want, and it's not surface level sex. Okay. I mean, it sounds like she would be in a relationship with him, but she's picking up on that he's possibly a fuck boy. That's what I'm getting from it.
Out with anybody at school. If he was talking to anybody at school, he said no. And I asked this because I've heard word for word out of some of the girls' mouths at school the same exact shit he has told me. That is why I questioned it. It was never you're jealous, this and that. I just wanted clarity, because if you're fucking off them, you're not going to be doing it with me.
Now, everybody pay attention. Don't let me lose you now. I'm about to prove another point. So how he said, he told her he doesn't mix business and pleasure in order not to hurt her feelings. In the same breath, same conversation, said a couple messages later, I'd rather hurt someone with the truth than lie and make it way worse. Are you guys with me? Are you guys with me? Let me know. So you say you lied to spare her feelings, and then you turn around and said, you don't lie.
I even told him I trusted his word because he gave me no reason not to trust him this far. But he sat us behind up there in that video and said my jealousy was the reason that led him to telling me he didn't want anything to do with me. He has never said that in life to me. And I also want to mention, while he's pretending I'm Joe from You, I did not approach him first. While he's talking about, I could tell she was attracted to me, he DM'd me on Instagram first. One day I was looking for him at school and he wasn't there, so I DM'd him and I said, have you left already? He responded to me and said, if you want to hang out with me more outside of school, we can do that. So while you're playing this you never liked me stuff, come on. Cut to maybe a week or two later, we're supposed to go out to dinner. It ends up raining, everywhere's packed. He doesn't like large crowds. I don't really like large crowds. So we both decide we're just going to get food and we're going to go back to my house, have drinks, watch TV. And it's also important to mention, before this night, maybe the day or two before, we had a very in-depth conversation. That is when I mentioned I hadn't been with nobody. I'm not just looking for sex. We both said we're not looking for a relationship. He mentioned something about his only option would be mishandling me. Immediate red flag. I said, nope, Ray Charles to that, baby. I can't see nothing. I didn't see that. Get back to my house. We're discussing everything. He's telling me how he said, I told her I don't want business and pleasure. He did say that. However, he got to my house and in person, we talked about not mixing business and pleasure. And he said to me, obviously, when we hang out more and more, we're going to start to like each other more and things will happen between us. I want to keep our business, and school. And I said, perfect. So where you're getting off at, I never wanted to talk to her. I told her I never liked her. So after that, he was so worried about he has done mixed business and pleasure and it might be weird at school and all this stuff that he in turn made it weird himself. As soon as we got back to school, he started acting weird. He wasn't coming around me no more. He wasn't saying shit to me, but he would still talk to me outside of school and he would come over here. So that's kind of like a mental fuck already. A few days after this.
Dude, this is such fuck boy activity. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know fuck boys, I've been a fuck boy before. This is such fuck boy behavior, like fuck boy 101 behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like, so that's what I'm saying. If ever in my days when I ever messed over a woman, if she had responded like this, none of them did. Thank goodness for me. None of them did, right? But if ever a woman responded like this to the things that I did to her, I'm not saying that I don't like justifying like behavior, because that behavior actually harmed her. That's why I don't really want to justify the behavior at the end of the day, because it really harmed both of them. You know what I'm saying? But if she had responded the way she responded, I couldn't be mad at her. Like I couldn't be mad at her. I would not get on the internet and be like, I didn't do nothing. I would be like, yeah, nah, I was on some bullshit. Like I was playing with her, and he was playing with her. At least he was trying to.
He's like, we should just be friends. And I'm like, all right, he clearly just used me for intimacy after I just told him that is not the only thing that I'm looking for. So now this man who never liked me and now just wants to be friends goes back on his word and still comes to my house and does stuff that's more than friends. And I want to make this clear. At no point was it ever him just coming over here, getting his rocks off, and then leaving. Every time he came over here, we were eating, having drinks, watching TV, sitting outside, having good conversation, doing what we did, and he would spend the night and cuddle me all night in my bed and leave the next day. It was never just ring around the rosy and then you leave. He also said he told me that I like him more than he did. And what he means by that is one time he told me that he felt like I liked him enough to be in a relationship right now, regardless of us being in school or whatever, and he's not at that place right now. And again, not true. I didn't want to be in a relationship like I had said initially. Now, I had told him, I feel like you think I'm so infatuated with you and I'm literally asking for your hand in marriage. I really just don't think he was used to somebody actually liking him and treating him as if they liked him. Now, here's my favorite part, because he swears this was just an intimacy thing. He suggested that we not be intimate and we just be cool. I'm like, all right, we continue being intimate, of course. So then he's expressing some concerns to me, and I suggest we not be intimate anymore and we just chill and talk and get to know each other better. And he says he disagrees. After suggesting that we not be intimate. So I've given him both options. We can be intimate, we can just be friends, we can be nothing. None of the above. He can't stick to any of the options. That you were never honest, you were never consistent about anything that you were saying. Like,
Because he was using her. That's why it was intentional. He was intentionally trying to confuse her.
Nothing lined up ever. Say one thing, do another. Act weird towards me at school, come to my house and be cool, be just friends, and then come to my house and be intimate with me, and then I say we shouldn't be intimate, and then you say we should. It's just too much. I got so overwhelmed. It was a mental roller coaster, and like I said in my other video, at any point I could have gotten off the mental roller coaster. I admit that I knew better and was not doing better, and I cannot blame him for that. I take accountability for my own actions. But not one time have you heard me say, yeah, he did all this and it's his fault. He's just trying to put all of how he made me feel on me, like he wasn't also just doing shit that he knew wasn't right. So for you to pretend this whole time you just couldn't stand me, didn't like me, didn't want to be here, wanted nothing to do with me, all while laying your grown ass up in my bed, staying at my house, like, it adds up perfectly. It does, because you don't know what you're talking about ever. So on the topic of she went crazy when I was just putting my little Jimmy Dean down, because that's what he said on his Instagram story. No, sir. No.
That's what I said initially. Like even before because this is the first time I'm seeing all of this. I knew as a man, I've been in these situations before, not when the woman is doing that behavior, but I'm saying I've been in a situation where I was like, you know, like I said, just on some fuckboy shit. Like you just want to sleep with her, you know, whatever the case may be. It makes a person go crazy. Like even if I didn't, that's not what my intentions were, you know, whatever it was. I was just too afraid to be honest and tell her whatever. That's what it is ultimately. Like that man was really acting like he just was being honest with her. And the funniest thing was she was giving him the option of like doing what he wanted. Like he could have just been like, yeah, I just want to hunch around. I don't know if she would have said, well, because in one part she said she wasn't down for that, but in another part, I don't know. I was confused by that when she said that, but nonetheless, it sounded like she was cool with them just being like friends with benefits. That's what I'm saying. And I don't know why he still went out of his way to like lie to her or whatever, but he did. And then she got upset and crashed out.
I just got done watching Lindsay's videos, and she did cover a few things that I was going to talk about in part 4. That following Saturday, when we were both released from jail, I was at work and Lindsay showed up with the police. As soon as they walked through the door, she pointed at me and said, "That's him." The police officer walked up to me and said, "You have to remove any sexually explicit photos or images of her you have posted on your page." Now, from this, I can only guess that she lied to police and told them that I was posting sexually explicit images or photos of her, which is never true, and those never even existed. She then says that she went across the street to the ATM at the gas station, then came immediately back. However, she never offered me any money. After coming back, she parked at the end of the parking lot and didn't get out the car. She was sitting there for about 10 minutes before I called the police again, and it was probably another 10 minutes before they arrived again. So in that case, why didn't you get out the car, come in the shop with the money, and let me know what you were actually trying to do? Because if you would have came at me correctly, then all of this could have been avoided. I'm not clout chasing. I don't really do TikTok like that. And honestly, we can end this right now if you want to handle it like adults.
He literally, this page, is Cole Brown page. He only created this page to tell this story on TikTok. He doesn't have another page. So he's on Instagram and now he's on TikTok and he's saying he doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, or that's what she was saying. Like, his shit don't add up.
Mind you, I don't believe she came to the shop to give me money, because after she came back the second time and I called the police again, they went and talked to her and she refused to leave. They literally came back and told me, like, she is refusing to leave right now. Why the hell are you refusing police instruction? That's crazy. And I don't have video proof because I posted it on my story and I didn't archive it, but I do have my case number. I'm gonna cover up the last few digits from the Atlanta Police Department. And they took down and recorded everything that's happened in our police case so far. Lindsay thinks I want attention, but my motive for making these videos is very simple. The old man who helped me out the night Lindsay destroyed my car, we and him have been keeping an open line of contact. He's constantly calling me, updating me about certain things. Now, the other day, the old man calls me and says that Lindsay came up to him and told him that I put my hands on her, even though she confessed to the police that I never put my hands on her and confessed to everything that she did. And I have her on a recorded call admitting that I did not put my hands on her. Lindsay also lied about who our baby father is. She told me that Soulja Boy is the father of her children, but whenever I Google it, you can Google it too, it says that that is simply not a fact. And don't forget, earlier in this video, I let you know that she told the police that I was posting sexually explicit photos and images of her, which was never true. These examples prove that Lindsay has no problem lying for her own benefit. Now, ask yourself, if you were talking to a young lady like Lindsay, who you know will lie at the drop of a hat, who just crashed out, destroyed your car, and made you believe that there is no limit to what she'll do when she's upset, would you let her get on TikTok and control the narrative about you?
Have y'all heard anything that she said that would make you think that she was lying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, man. I'm not getting lying from her. She could be lying about some of this stuff, but she has proven a ton of the shit that she has said about you. She is beyond the shadow of a doubt. She has proven stuff based on things that you've said in the ways that you have acted, proven with beyond the shadow of a doubt. So saying she's just lying or whatever the case may be, I'm not really buying that. Like, I need some stronger evidence, and then trying to like be on some like, now would you believe her? Like, I do believe her for the most part. I don't, at this point, I really don't have a reason to not believe anything she has said. She has pretty much substantiated every fucking thing that she has said. She's either owned up to the things that she's done that's wrong, or substantiated every single claim or counterclaim she has made to you.
Absolutely not. I'm gonna tell my side of the story so that she can't frame it like I hit her or lied to her or did something crazy.
She ain't said you lay your hands on her on any of these videos. So you saying that this old man is saying that he told her that? I'm not buying that. I'm not buying. If he told you that, I'm not buying it from him. You see what I'm saying? Because she ain't said nothing about it. She said it was all her fault. All that stuff she did, that was her fault. She said, I was acting out. I was drunk. I was crazy. I shouldn't have done it. She is taking complete ownership of that. So I'm not buying. At this point, I'm just not buying that part of it. It doesn't make sense. She hasn't said it publicly, and you trying to use that as an excuse doesn't make sense because she hasn't said it publicly. You trying to be like, well, I'm coming online just to defend my honor against her claiming that I hit her. She ain't never said it online. If she said it privately, let it be private. Why are you bringing it online? That's what she keeps saying you doing.
You feel me? I'm just a stand-up young man trying to make sure that my reputation is not dragged through the mud over some girl that does not know how to control her emotions. Another reason for me making this is because I genuinely feel unsafe. We've only been talking for 3 weeks to a month. She sent a letter to my home. She's never been to my home. I never gave her my address. How did you get my address? As a result of Lindsay making me feel unsafe in my own home, I will be pursuing every legal action possible to make sure she stays away from me and pays for the damages she did to my car. Another thing is that Lindsay will deny if you ask her whether she lied on me and said I hit her. However, the old man who helped me that night, his name is Walter. He ain't gonna just call me and lie for no reason. He called me and
show it in the, it would be in the documents. So if she told the police that, it would be in the documents. And mind you, they didn't arrest you for hitting her that night. So I don't know when she would have lied about that to them, but let's see. You might be right. He may be telling the truth, but I haven't seen it. Again, nothing he's saying, he's substantiating. He's just telling us to believe him and trust him. And I don't.
told me he had to tell me that. And he said, that girl is crazy. She just lied and told me you hit her, even though I heard her say you never did. Everything I'm doing is for my personal protection. And after these court hearings, she will no longer be allowed to come around me ever, and she will have paid for my car that she damaged. I also take full accountability for anything that I did to hurt her. If she feels used, if she feels like I manipulated her, I truly apologize. This is a conversation we've had at least 5 times over, and nothing I say to her is ever good enough. Lindsay also mentioned that she felt used because after the first night we had sex, I texted her and told her that I just wanted to cut things off and be completely platonic. I can understand that.
That's not weird. You got what you wanted, and then now all of a sudden you want to be platonic? Like, oh my God, man. Damn, he's openly admitting to it.
I feel it, and I truly apologize. I understand now that I should have just gave you the bare naked truth and ripped the Band-Aid off rather than drag it along and possibly hurt your feelings more. I told you the truth when I said that I liked you enough to spend time with you, but not enough to be in a relationship. Now, Lindsay did express to me that she did not want a relationship and we could hang out, possibly have sex, and it could just be that. And I won't lie, at first I was okay with that. But if I'm being completely honest, no offense, no insult intended, cross my heart and hope to die. After the first time we had sex, I sent that message the next morning because it just wasn't my cup of tea. When I text you the next morning and let you know I wanted to be platonic, it wasn't because you were just a body on my list
Then why did you keep having sex with her after that?
to check off. It was because I got to know you, I experienced you sexually, and I didn't really like it. And I promise I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to embarrass nobody. When we was talking, she told me, you just need to tell me you don't like me so my feelings can be hurt and I can get over you. I apologize for not telling you that before. Like I said, we only had sex twice. And when I came back the second time, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't the problem. But from her reaction, I can tell that that was not the issue. It was just a matter of my personal preference. Now, I hope that this video clears everything up, and I pray that
it doesn't. It doesn't. And so I'm going to end it on this because he said something. This is what I'm saying. So he hasn't, none of these things are being substantiated. He hasn't shown us a text message, nothing from the police report, nothing, right? This is all him hearsay, right? She has shown us like videos and text messages and other people's messages, like all types of shit, right? But I got one more thing because he said something in there again, which speaks to his character. He said, he claimed that she is lying about being Soulja Boy's baby mama, right? Okay. Maybe that's true. Now, I don't know how she got on this call with Soulja Boy if this ain't her baby daddy, but I believe it. I don't know why he would do this for her. But again, she is posting receipts. Like he makes a claim, she posts a receipt to counter it, right? That's all I'm saying. So it don't make no sense to me.
Going viral right now about you allegedly suing me. Do you know anything about that?
No.
Apparently it's about, you said that Amara is not your daughter and you sued me and we went to court and found out she wasn't yours. Never happened. Correct.
What the fuck? Where you see that at?
It's going viral right now. And like a dude in my school is like bugging real bad. Like posted it on the internet. I just want to make sure you also know nothing about this.
Yeah, no, I don't know. What did it say? It ain't on the shade room.
No, it's not on the shade room. It's not on the shade room,
The
but
screenshot and send it to me, but nah, it's cap. It's like all fake.
talk to you later. Love you.
I really don't even think I need to say too much. Not only does this have nothing to do with my baby daddy, I never got sued and never pretended nor lied that he was my baby's father. You just saw the proof yourself. What I tell y'all, his 5 minutes of fame is coming to an end, and now he's grasping at straws, trying to find any and everything he can say about me. This is not about your car. This is about clout. Bringing up my baby daddy and my daughter, that ain't got shit to do with the price of tea in China. You are turning into who you're portraying me to be. You're turning into Joe from You. I made a fool out of myself on Thursday night. You made a fool out of yourself on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and now Tuesday. Where's your friends at? You look goofy. You had your mommy call the school for you, a 25-year-old man, and say you are so unsafe. You're not really behaving like a man who is so worried about his safety. If this is really about your car, why not take the money that I offered you and move on and stop posting about me? I offered to pay to have your car fixed right away, offered you extra money to stop posting about me, and told you that I can do all of that now and still pay you again. Shall the court make me? We're good. You don't want the problem solved. You're dragging it for clout. Give it up, Burger Boy.
That's how we're gonna end that one. Cause Jesus Christ, y'all let me know, man. Cause like I said, I went through, that was a lot, but it didn't add up in the end, man. My man's story fell apart pretty fast as far as I'm concerned. Like, to me, this shit don't add up. That's all I'm gonna say.